Good morning. Just making sure my stream's set up, which I think I say every morning. All right, should have some volume for everything. Let's see. All right, little desktop volume. All right, we're back to working on our samurai game. And yesterday we were working on a area in the game that is currently screwing up all my map generation. It's a set piece. So one of the ideas I had for the game and the kind of the game flow, and then also the procedural generator, is to have kind of set piece rooms, like rooms you see in some games that are like the boss battle. So like this is kind of the set piece. So we kind of get to the end of this here. This is the entrance to the market. Maybe we put a gate there or something. And then we'll have kind of a small market right now, but he's hiding behind a bucket. In here, I wanted to have kind of a way for the enemies to spawn and attack player from kind of all different directions. And I can I can demo the idea that I was talking about, and maybe this is where we'll have to go with this. But what I realized was I can't like customize my spawners here because they're child actors. They're blueprints themselves. So one way to get around that would be to have like separate the spawn stuff into spawn triggers and spawn locations and have them just attached to each other. So we could do that, and we can kind of have like a fancy debug line for that for some level editing tools. But the issue is I can only have enemies spawn wherever I set the spawner. And there's a collision box I have set up on the spawner that if you walk over the collision box, you can spawn more enemies. And the idea of that is you can move the collision box wherever you want, like, in like a narrow pathway or whatever. Once you click it, then you get spawned, or like a giant area. If you're in the giant area, the spawner is activated. So right now we just have a spawner. It just like sits right above the center of each tile. But the individual components of the spawner are not available. All right, so anyway, this is the issue with our current map too. Actually, there was a couple issues, I think, but like right now it's kind of behaving, but because we have so few map tiles in this build. But like this lines up, right? And we have our exits or whatever. But as soon as you go over, right, ready? If we do like 25 or 30. All right, so here is our market. I assume this is kind of where the market started, somewhere around here, right about there, maybe. So we're fine on this edge. Yeah, I don't know. I was seeing some weird overlap stuff before. This is actually not too bad. This actually looks pretty cool. Just trying to work out the Oh wait, yeah, this is the corner here. So this might be messed up. Like I think this piece, these two tiles are overlapping here. Like this is the barrel closed off area, and then there's this bamboo area right here that got it. So what's going on is like we're getting pushed off kilter by our thing. So all right, one thing that I was thinking about was these well, the overlap box is set up. So is it too All right, so the simple solution to all this is we take these pieces, I think. And we say we want this to be center area. So that means instead of 2 wide, we need it to be 3 wide to get this exit here. This is kind of a massive area now for sure. Which is fine. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. I mean, we don't need a giant crossroads either. We could just do a. All right, let's keep going with our. I'm gonna pop this up to 100. Is this on? Yeah, it is. Okay. 100 doesn't even feel like enough. Okay, let's try. There we go. All right. And then we'll. That one turned green. I mean, turned white. Is that because it's like the base color or something? Uh, it's kind of annoying. All right, let's delete that. All right, we're gonna do this one. Just so I don't have to figure it out. Okay. All right, now our exits are all in the wrong place. I'm gonna guess that I need to exit 1, exit 3. Does that look right? Oh, 100 actually works really well. Okay. Good unit to really just quickly, boom. Double check, but okay. All right, now we have a spawner, a spawner, a spawner. And the issue with the spawner is you can see I have this little arrow. In this piece and the collider, you know, inside the blueprint, you can move around. Or if you put them just right on a level, you can move them around. But these are not, these pieces are not available. I can tell. If I, yeah, like this is the child actor, right? And we have a template, so we can do a bunch of changes to it. But I can't get the components to grab a hold of the different pieces. So what does that mean? Marked as transient, mostly marked. I don't know what a child actor is transient means. Okay. So yeah, so you can change some of the values, but you can't mess around with the internal components of the child actor. So so I think that will be the next step here. We'll just change it. All right, so the next piece we need to do here is make sure our overlap is right size. All right, let's go back to our overlap box, which no longer can see. Is it the size of this thing? No, okay. So we need it to be bigger. Go down to 100. All right, it needs to be bigger than that. All right, let's see. Make it 1,000. Qui. All right, that's too big. All right, maybe 1,000 is fine. You just don't want it to. You want to be able to overlap stuff, and then. All right. Okay, so. And then you just want it inside the thing. So. All right, I think we're good. We'll move these to the corners so we can kind of tell. So I need to look up what a traditional Japanese market looks like. I'm guessing it doesn't look like the market in Skyrim, but what are we gonna do? I'll have to see if I can figure that out. Okay, so we have this. I'm gonna put this just at the edge so that I can see kind of where the start over things are. Oh yeah, I was gonna put like a little gate. I think I have it. I don't know if I have it imported, but let's see. We have this. It's like a little. Wait, we have this. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to geometry. This little gate up here. We'll put 4 of them. Let's back up to 500. All right. Look on the gate. Looking on the gate. All right, good. So really, this is where we want the entrance, right? Actually, okay. Because this is the center of the middle one. That's what we want, the middle one. Okay. So we'll do the same thing with this one. Let's go. All right, so we want this right here. Yep, okay. There's a dark line there. You can kind of see the grid. All right, then we want to grab our gate. Not bad. All right. And then this one's already lined up properly, so that's all right. Let's get all right. So now we have our gates set up. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a fourth one just right here. The entrance. So procedural generation, it saves you a lot of time, but also doesn't save you a lot of time. So, all right. All right, let's test this. We'll do it with our. I want to change my debug tools because I think my general method here is to. Okay, so here's our entrance. Wait. This doesn't look right, does it? All right, number one, there's a wall there. Yeah, it looks like we're still not doing this right. Okay, so okay, you can't walk through the gates, by the way. There's a collider on them. That's a pretty dumb collider. Okay, all right. Looks like we've spawned 2. This one here. All right. So this one seems fine, I think. All right, I need to. All right, let's. We need our debug color. Oh, I can't do the whole thing. It's annoying. I don't want to have to do that. Go back. Oh. All right. All right. So the way that this works, it's very complicated, but there's a couple things we do. If the exit overlaps, which we check for using those exit cubes, if the exit overlaps another room, we delete the exit. We don't build a room there. We spawn the room. We check if there are any overlapping rooms. And if there are no overlapping rooms, then we just add it to the list. But if we do spawn the room and there's an overlapping room, then we remove the current exit and we destroy the room. So that should destroy anyone that's overlapping. Which so far has seemed to be working, but as soon as I made this new bigger one, it's not. So all right, there's just a lot of stuff in here that's kind of hidden. So all right, so what are we looking for? We're getting the overlaps of the overlap thing, which is just one. And then all right, so there is a way to experiment here. All right, if we're in here, we can do our room list. All right, I'm gonna make a temporary room list. All right, and in this temporary room list, I'm going to delete everything other than the market. So now we'll have a world of markets, except for maybe the starter room. But first I need to get where we spawn it again. Spawn random room. All right, so in here, oop, clean this one up. All right, so in here we're using this room list. I think this room list, can I find references? Yeah, should be the only place, just right here. Spawn random room. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my room list temporary. We use that instead. All right, now, because I just there's like 9 things in this room now. I just don't want to have to delete them and add them again. Okay. All right, we have this. Now when I spawn, I should have our starter, and then our stupid gate I need to fix. Now we have markets everywhere. So, all right. I'm gonna restart the level. Okay, tab. Tab makes me invincible. So, all right. So, here we go. This was our start. And then we have so they seem to be playing nicely with each other, right? They're all lining up. This is just, now we just have super tiles, right? They're not overlapping each other. It's interesting that it chose this. It just chose to go straight, right? All right, let's try a different one. Just want to see if it's different. Yeah, this one went in different directions. Okay. Oops. Like my guy. Oh no, he's not dying. Okay. All right. I'm just looking for anything that's like overlapping in a weird way. But I think so far we've got everyone's meeting on the right corners. No one's overlapping. It's kind of hard because the space is so empty, but if it's probably better than having it be completely full too. Because then it would just look like a village. All right, so this is how I like to debug things. I like to really break down the issue into like a super granular problem. So we've started with 1 and everything seems fine. So let's add a second room. And let's do, I don't know, 3E. I don't know which one that is, but we play. Oops. All right, so now we have a market. That market seems fine. Well, no. Yeah. Yeah, it is fine. Okay, so this is the entrance, I think, right here. And we didn't overlap. Hmm. All right, so that one looks fine. Oh, now I'm dead. Oh, because I didn't. I thought when you. I guess not. Okay, that's fine. Tab. Hmm. Okay, so here's an example of one where we've messed up. So this is our start. And I'm guessing we generated this one. And then we generated this one. You can see it's kind of messed up a couple ways. Okay, so we even have an issue here where this is the beginning, right? Okay, this is really hard to look at, actually. So this one to the this one here is fine, I think, but we have this market has like taken over this whole area. Okay, so pretty sure we went around like this, and then we generated it. And when we generated it, we did not look at, like we're not finding the overlap. I think is the issue. But we should. I don't understand. Okay. All right, let me look at the overlap of this guy. So it's just 1,000 by 1,000 by 9. Pretty sure all this is set properly. The overlap is in the right place. Okay, so I'm just gonna make it thicker so I can see it. Let's make it. It's very annoying that you can't see it. 100. All right, now we have it. Make this 100 so I can see it. Okay, so now, is it underneath too? Yeah, okay. So this is one. Make this 3. Make this 3. All right, now we are really close to the edge. And it really should only overlap with other overlappers. But does it? Okay, tab. All right. This one, actually, look at this corner. This is like perfect, I think. But this is still in a house. Okay, so it didn't work. Ah, is it like a specific? I don't even know. Why would it not? It should delete itself. It's really hard for me to set up this thing to delay too, so. All right, let's see. Are we seeing this? That's a question. It's possible. This would be in our logs. Okay, so that's something to look at. All right. Let's go to, yeah, good. Time to move this into our here. Okay. All right, let's press play. All right, got our guy. Make him invincible. All right, open up our thing. Okay, now we're gonna generate. All right. So in our logs, Okay, so message index 0, call function overlapping. Overlapping actors length at 0. There's some sort of error there. Oh, I need to check like the status or something. But like see how it says village market box 3 is overlapping room with so what is the logic there? Right. Stop killing me. Okay. It's just like this pool of blood coming out. Okay. So I didn't see the words didn't get a box in any of this, right? So we're definitely finding our overlaps. This is an interesting thing because we're showing overlap, overlap, overlap. All right. Stop. Okay. Let's go back to the world generator. Are there any overlapping rooms? So in here, get the overlaps. Okay, so we just add this to the thing, and then we go back. Okay. All right. There's something's going on here, I guess. I think my issue is something to do with the collision box. I think because it looks like I mean it does look like it's overlapping too. So, um, but there must be areas that's not overlapping. I guess is the issue. Um, all right, definitely have some overlapping here. Okay. So once it says overlapping, I feel like we should see the word destroying, right? I actually don't see that anywhere. It's weird. Like I just added that, right? Destroying. Destroying online subsystem. Window being destroyed. Okay, I don't think that that is being called, maybe? That's weird. One thing I see, oh, I guess, do we have like two weird variable names? Like this is like the What is this? This is just, why did I name them like that? Okay, I need to undo this macro. How many times is this used? Right? Only here. Okay. All right. I think this runs, and it appends to this thing. Which I want to rename the value of. Where is this? Is this a local variable? Oh no, it's a local variable. Well, that would, I guess it's a local variable. Hopefully it's a local variable of this, but okay. All right, I want to convert this macro back so I can just have it all part of the thing. I'm pretty sure I can do that. Let's see. Expand node. All right, does that get rid of my macro? I don't know. All right. I don't know if I like this, but okay. I think this is where it's happening. Okay. All right, and then here's what I want to do. I'm gonna print string. I'm gonna print the length of this. Should do format text. I can find it. We'll say overlaps. Okay. And then brackets. Put and that. Okay. So now every time we add stuff to this, we'll add to this thing, and then we'll print out the length to see, and then that will show up in our log, hopefully in a place that's somewhat okay. Also, I'm gonna print. I'm gonna do another format text. I'm gonna say checking over or okay, and then in here, and then we're just gonna do this. So hopefully that will print out the room that we want, that we're doing. You can actually print text. I don't know if it matters which one I choose, but here we go. Okay. It's one less conversion, I guess. Okay. So now we're going to print out that, we're going to know what we're doing, and then we're going to see how many overlaps there are. And then going to go back to the event graph. So once we get to here, we're going to print, we're going to do another format. I'm going to go right back to my, oops, okay. What am I looking at? Okay. I'm going to grab this again. We'll go back. Where are all these? These are interesting. Okay, maybe those are all my dead macros. Okay. All right, back in here. I'm gonna print this, and then when this is true, just say no overlaps for room. Latest room. Now these rooms should match up. That would be interesting if they didn't. Okay. Because we're trying to delete the room down here. All right, let's give it some. All right. I can already see we have a problem, right? Okay. It's because we have a market. Okay, so let's pause it so we're not. Let's go up to the world generation here. Okay, so with these, it says like checking the market, how many overlaps? 0. No overlaps for market. So almost no one. Oh wait, here's one. Okay. So this market says, but why? Oh, do we have a race condition? It looks like maybe. It looks like we run through this, but we're also doing something else. Where does this get generated? I wonder. Checking overlaps for this room. How many overlaps? 0. And then it says which box it is, and then whether it's overlapping. Where does that happen? All right, stop. Okay, hold on. So these are okay, so a couple problems. This one and this are interesting because this market too is the owner of this overlapping box, which shouldn't be happening probably. So that's weird. So we do have these errors in here. And it appears like the overlapping actors for the, well, that's the check exit overlap, so that's different. I do find it interesting that so far no overlaps occurred ever. Except for the exits for that one. but it's like this is always 0. So I think we have a bug there. Like that the overlapping of the rooms never works. Oh, closing exits. Okay, this is a different part of the thing. So it's interesting. I wonder if um, with the smaller ones, it just works pretty much. But there could be overlaps, but I think I would have seen them, I think. So, but it does look like this overlapping code doesn't seem to be working. So this overlap box, I feel like I set up like a very special collision for it. And now I don't know if this is correct. All right, we're running low on time here. Let's look at our generator. Just want to see if I messed up something. I mean, technically, I should have everything already set up in the other project, but all right, let's look. Where's our base room? Overlap box. Let's look at it. All right, it's almost the exact same numbers, right? All right, so it's generate overlaps, custom presets. I have a whole thing called room overlap in here. I probably when you migrate it doesn't migrate over to the thing. That's probably why. Is that really what's going on? Okay, so yeah, word to the wise. If you have a custom collision and you migrate your thing over, better put that in your setup docs because it's not going to be there. Oh, no. Okay, good to know. All right, so we need a custom room overlap. Set it to overlap. Everything else is ignore. And then to go into our project settings. It's under collision. Somewhere. Let's look. Yeah. All right. So we have this. It's an object channel, room overlap, defaults ignore. Okay. Let's do that and see how it magically works. All right. So yeah, so everything here is pretty much ignore. Except for these two are under block, which probably should be ignored as well. Okay. These should be defaulted to ignore, but all right. All right, we want to do this at the base level too. So, but anyway, we're gonna go here, collision. Oh, I guess that we want the default for that to be block. Okay, we're gonna call this. What do we call it? It doesn't really matter. But room overlap. Okay. Default response should be ignore. Accept. Okay. And that's what I did on the other one. Yeah, okay. Now, in our, let's go to the very base of our, let's see if we can do it from the original here. Here's our room base. We go to our overlap box, go down to the custom collision. We're going to set these to ignore, and we're going to do this to overlap. And then we're going to save. Then we're going to look at this guy. Let's see if our collision changed. Yes, okay, good. Hopefully that changed for everything. And we didn't mess up one of them. All right. All right, let's just see if this generates some overlaps. So maybe this is maybe there were overlaps happening and I just couldn't see them for a long time. All right, I still see a bunch of nothing overlapped in the channel. Still see an overlap. All right, so that didn't work. Still got our overlapping houses and rocks. All right, do we ever see something that says the overlap is overlapping? I think for the most part, the procedural generation works by the exits overlapping with things, but our room overlap is definitely not working. So it definitely works in this because I've tested it and things are definitely I definitely had a time when these staircases would overlap with all sorts of stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's working. Of course, I don't have any of the debug information in here. It's hard to tell if this is the exit check or the overlapping check. So all right, well, we're gonna keep looking at this. I don't know if I'll have time later today to do it, but we will probably continue this tomorrow, unfortunately. So yeah, we want to get this right because the plan for this is that we're gonna have this nice ambush battle at the market. So like I think we're gonna do for the demo, like level 1 will be just like go through the village and kill all the bandits that are in the village in this area of the village or whatever, and then maybe there'll be a feature I need to add is the idea of rescuing some villagers. So you go around and rescue the villagers, and then once you rescue a couple groups of villagers, you can the level will end, and then well, okay. So here's the thing: I've got 3 different ideas for like game modes. So we've got run around with the time limit and kill all of the bad guys before the time runs out. So I don't know what that means. Like we've got to get rid of the bandits before they burn down the village. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, you have a time crunch. You got to go around the village searching and destroying. Maybe it's something like that. I should have like an amount of bandits left or something to let you know. But and then the second mode. So yeah, time attack might be good just for, learning the ropes of the game, but like as you can see right now, I have a very small map, but I still have not found the last guy in the map. He's somewhere. Is he in this tree? I don't know. So the maybe they're in this area still. Yeah, so time attack isn't really that interesting, but it would be like an easy way to like learn kind of how to play, I guess. Okay, we need to look around. Ah, they're all over there. This wide map is kind of you can't see anything if it's really far away. So yeah, so you can learn kind of how to play, I guess, in the time attack, at least to just get the fighting mechanics down. But it's not that interesting. But if you were going around the village looking for civilians, that might be more interesting. I think there's more down here. So yeah, so that's kind of kill all the bad guys. That's one kind of easy mode. It's kind of the mode we have right now. And then maybe that's why I'm kind of tired of it, but and then the next mode would be searching for the civilians and saving them. And then finally you have this kind of boss fight or some other kind of like scripted event. So the idea would be we'd walk into this marketplace and it would be all quiet or something. Maybe there's no villagers or anything. And then you get to the center and you just set off a bunch of triggers and you get swarmed with bad guys and you gotta fight for your life, right? Then maybe you have like, okay, that's the end of that map. Oh, there's another guy. There we go. That was our ending. So, maybe that's another time attack, but then we just have infinite spawning guys, which I can do with spawner. And then once the time runs out, you've survived or something like that. But yeah, those are kind of the main things. So that's the reason I want to get these like kind of boss fight areas working properly in the procedural generation, because we want to be able to spawn one of these and then have that level. So for the demo, those are kind of the 3 modes I was thinking of, and then I would probably want to introduce another area, another kind of biome, so you're not looking at the same stuff in the demo. So I'll have to see about that too. But I think, and then we really do need to work on adding new bad guys, because it's too easy. He got me, but I would have wiped him out really fast, right? So anyway, that's why we need to get the weird shapes working properly, and I had to go back and like look at my procedural gen stuff and see why it wouldn't be working. But the overlap stuff is a bit weird, because I feel like every one of these rooms should know that they're overlapping with the other, so that's an interesting problem. So yeah, anyway, that was interesting debug, but I will